Right, let's get started up on our feet to warm up. Now we're going to start our warm up with our feet nice and wide this time. So nice and wide, wider than the hips, stepping out here. From here, we're going to step touch, one toe to the other, across. Good job. Step touch either side. Bring it a little bit closer each time now. Stepping in closer and closer, just so far as hip distance. Then we're at hip distance and we're just tapping at hip distance. And then we're going to place the feet down. Spread the toes nice and wide. Spread the weight through the heels and through the center of the feet, nice and grounded. We're going to keep our hands out to the side as we work on that pelvic tilt. So we're going to tuck the tailbone under and bring the pelvis forward, and then release and bring it behind. And again, tuck and curl, release and behind. Same again, I'm going to show you from this side. So we're tucking the tailbone under and release. So we're waking up the lower back, we're waking up the pelvis, joints into the legs, and we're going to pop the back into neutral as we go. Make those movements smaller now each time, until finally that tailbone is heading down and the top of the pelvis, most importantly, is horizontal. Good job. From here, we're going to place one hand here and one hand on the lower abdominals. So one on the upper, one on the lower abdominals. And we're just gently going to place them onto the tummy, but we're going to hold gentle press onto the tummy. So we're going to feel what's going on with our setup this turn. So we're going to draw the belly button in towards the spine. We're going to imagine we've got that lovely wide belt on. We're going to pull it all the way to notch number 10. Squeeze and hold. So squeeze all the way to notch number 10. Hold it there. Don't hold your breath. Keep breathing. Just holding those abdominals. And release. This time notch number 5 on the belt. Squeeze and hold just halfway. And release, and finally notch number 3, a gentle squeeze and hold there. Now I want you to add the pelvic floor. Squeeze and lift the pelvic floor up as if it's an elevator. Take it all the way up to level 10. Squeeze and hold it there. And release. Level 5 this time. Squeeze and hold. As you're squeezing, feel through that lower hand how that pelvic floor is connecting those lower abdominals, switching on more than just the pelvic floor there. And release. And finally, level 3, a gentle squeeze and hold there. So that combination of both those muscle groups engaged is our core muscles engaged. That's all the muscles that are connecting with the spine. Those are the core muscles. Good job. Now we're going to think about our breathing. Our Pilates breathing is a lateral breathing. We're going to take a deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. And again, in through the nose, filling up the lungs wide and full. It's lateral breath. We breathe out to the sides. We don't breathe through our tummies. Exhale, expel all of the air all the way out of the lungs. And again, nice deep breath in. So often during the day, we breathe quite shallowly. It's quite important to take some time to work on deep lateral breathing. The importance of that is that every time you're filling up the lungs deeply, you're working on the efficiency of the lungs. You're making them more efficient. You're making them work better. Really, really important. Deep breath in. And empty them completely. Well done. Relax the hands down by the side. Gently take the shoulders up to the ears, then roll them back and leave them down there. Gentle shake of the hands to keep them there. Extend and lengthen the neck nice and tall. Now we're going into a couple of roll-ups here. So we're going to take a breath in. We're going to engage the core. Exhale, chin comes to the chest, shoulders come forward. Arms hang freely, head hangs freely, knees are nice and soft. And we gently roll down to the floor. Hang out here for a moment. Feel that lovely stretch all the way up the back of the legs, over the top of the spine. Then with those knees nice and soft, breath in, engage, then drawing back up. Focusing on the spine, restacking the spine, one vertebrae at a time. Take those shoulders back and down. Take that neck, lengthen up and away at the end. And again, breath in, engage. Exhale, head comes forward and roll down. Use the weight of the arms to stretch through the shoulders. Use the weight of the head to stretch and lengthen through the neck and the spine. Breath in, exhale, roll back up, restacking the spine. Excellent exercise for very first thing in the morning, as soon as you get out of bed. Shoulders rolling back, neck lengthened. One more here. Breath in, engage, chin to chest, shoulders roll forward. Keep a bend in the knees. Really nice for restacking the spine, starting the body, working all those muscles that are going to support the spine during the day. Stretching out the back of the legs, that's really, really important. That helps us to keep the posture, helps us to keep the back nice and straight. Breath in, engage, restack one more time. Coming up, 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 shoulders back and down and relax there. Well done. Now we're stepping out to the side. We're bending this knee forward and keeping this leg out. We're going to feel the stretch all the way up the inside of the leg here. So we're just going to hold this side bend. Keep the toes facing forward. Stretch through the inner leg. And over to the other side. Stretch. Good job. From here, bring the feet back to hip distance as we move to hip openers. There's a couple of options here because we're coming onto one leg. It doesn't suit everybody. So if you want to, for the hip openers, find a little piece of furniture and just hold on with one hand while we go. The other option is to keep it nice and low. I'll show you the full move to start with. Knee comes up, comes out to the side as if you're opening a book. Then it comes back and back to hip distance. Okay, the lower version, come just off the floor. Open it up, balance that toe while it's open. What's important here is getting this hip flexor stretch here. Don't worry about the balance, we'll come back to that in a minute. Draw back in and back round. So choose a level that works for you. Keep the supporting knee bent and soft. So we open out, back, and down, soften in between. And again. Waking up the legs, waking up the hips. Last one here. Good job. From here, we're going to gently bend the knees in a squat as we start to circle our arms. And again. Keep going here, nice and small and nice and gentle, and just relax through the shoulders to start with this move while we find our way, waking up the joints. Good job, well done. Softening those knees and making those circles a little bit bigger each time. Keep the head looking up, nice and tall. Last one here, bring the hands back down to the side, then we're coming the other way, hands coming up and over. Soften the knees to help us circle. Good job. One more here and extend and lengthen up above you, nice and tall. Keep those fingers nice and tall, and then we're going to stretch and reach with one finger. Then relax. Other hand, stretch and reach directly above the shoulder to start with. And again, stretch and reach. Stretch and reach. This time into a little side bend, just coming over, just a little way. Waking up those waist muscles. Down the side of the torso. And again, let the head just gently come to one side. Relax down. Last one here. And relax. Well done. Bring the arms back down to the side and we're going to move into our balance. So the balance this term we're working on with bringing a leg behind to start with and then in front to work both sides of the body in terms of the brain work for that balance. So we're coming onto one foot to start with. Knee is bent, weight is pushed down through the foot. We're going to walk the toe backwards so it's just touching the floor behind us. We're going to bring the hands forward and then when we're ready, engage the core, bring the weight forward just slightly and bring that back foot off of the floor and hold it there if you can. Make sure that the hips stay aligned facing forward. So when you bring the hip up, don't open, okay, when you bring the leg up. Keep the hips facing forward and bring it back down and soften. Same on the other side. Extend the foot back first, toe on the ground, then when you're ready, extend and lift. Hold it there. Now, if you find that balance is hard for you, then just pop the toe back down, reset, come again, reset, bring it down, come again. You're training the brain, training the body as you go. Don't worry about it. And lower. Well done. One more on each side. Behind, stretch and reach. And lower. Other side. Bring it behind. Make sure you're nice and balanced first before you bring the foot away. Supporting knee, gentle bend in it. Then bring it back down. Now we're coming to the front of the body and we're going to bring the knee up and keep the hands relatively beside us. And lower. Other side. And lower. One more on each side. Gentle knee lift. Hold it there, nice and square. And lower. Up to the other side. So your challenge as the term progresses is to hold that balance even longer each time. And eventually what we're going to do is we'll build up to be able to move from behind to in front and flow from one to the other. Okay, so that just gives you a little challenge to build up as you go. Well done. From here, we're going to come onto the floor. Now we're going to do that with a little bicep curl and step back first. We're going to step back and bicep curl. And again, step back and bicep curl. And again. On the last one here, we're going to bring the knee down and we're going to come down onto the floor, onto the mat. We're starting at our tummy, so we're going to come forward onto our tummies as we start with our tummy and leg lifts. Okay. So the head is on the hands to start with, the shoulders are relaxed. The hips are nice and stable, flat across, the feet are at hip distance. To start with, we take a breath in and we draw the belly button up towards the spine and we hold it there. Relax through the neck and the shoulders. The legs are going to do the work here. Then we're gently going to lift one leg just up to hip height. Notice it's extended and lengthened. That means that all the leg muscles are switched on and they stay on when it's lifted and then when it's lowered. Then the other side takes over. Lift and extend. Switch all those leg muscles on while you hold it and lower. Either side. Again, lift, hold and lower. This is waking up the lower back. This is working those leg muscles. And lower. And again, lengthen and hold. Lower, lengthen and hold. And lower. Now you can either carry on with one leg at a time. If you've got any issues with the lower back, any weakness, then carry on with one leg. If you want more of a challenge, take a breath in, draw that tummy in, gently hover both legs and hold them there. Relax through the shoulders, hold it still. Breath in, exhale, and gently lower. And one more time, either carrying on with a single leg or double leg, lift and hold. Draw that tummy button up to support that lower back, keeping it in neutral. It's not a very high lift, just gently off the floor. And then lower and relax down. Gently bring the feet up, just to release the lower back. Gently move them side to side. Good job. And then we're going to bring them back down as we move up into the upper body. So we're going to move into the swan now. This is a really, really good exercise for working between the shoulder blades. This part of the spine here often gets bunched together. The vertebrae like to hang out in a gang. We're going to help to work them and strengthen them so that they have the strength to work independently ultimately, okay? But again, just really important to work that upper back between the shoulders. So for the swan, we bring the elbows directly out from the shoulders to start with, and then we drop them down so that the elbow is below the shoulder. We're going to make a W shape with the hand, with the head as the center, and then down to the other side. So the elbows are just below the shoulders. The forehead is down on the mat. Forearms are nice and long, fingers nicely placed onto the floor, ready to support where we need it. We're going to take a breath in, engage the core, draw that tummy button up. I want you to imagine that there's a piece of string between your shoulder blades. As you exhale, that piece of string is going to lift up, very small lift, the upper body and lower. So it's inhale to prepare, draw that tummy in, lift between those shoulder blades. Keep the neck in a lovely straight line with the spine and lower. Keeping the eyes looking down on the mat, don't let the head lift up. Breath in, engage, lift. It's a very, very small lift. My nose is only coming an inch or two off the mat. And I'm lowering back down. Now, either carry on with just the head lift to build that strength in the upper body, or you can add the arms as well for the next level. Breath in, engage, gently hovering the arms as well. So the body comes as one unit. Everything is parallel. And lower. So imagine that there's a spirit level across the shoulders. Breath in, engage, exhale, lift, hold, and lower. And again, breath in, exhale, lift, and lower. One more here if you can. Breath in, engage, draw up, hold, and lower. And relax out of it. Well done, well done. We're going to move now on to one more move before we relax it out completely, okay? So just gently twist side to side to release that lower back before we move on. So we've worked the lower body, we've worked the upper body, and now we're going to bring them both together to work through an exercise that works throughout the body. Okay, so one of my favorites, we're going to move into the leg pull prone. Okay, feet are at hip width. Bring up the head and chest and place the elbows directly underneath the shoulders. This is really important. If the elbows are too wide here, when you're lifting and lowering, there's not enough support. If they're too close, the body can't move freely. So make sure that they're directly underneath, elbows directly straight underneath the shoulders there. Okay. Really important. Nice right angle. From here, I want you to relax the shoulders, push the shoulder blades down towards the back jean pockets and extend and lengthen the neck. The eyes are going to be looking just forward of those fingertips. Thumbs are pointing up, little fingers on the mat. From here, I want you to imagine there's a lovely sling around your waist and a lovely crane is going to come and lift you up. You're not going to have to make any effort at all. So breath in, engage, lifting from the waistband of your trousers, lift and hold here. Eyes move to look down onto the mat so that the neck is in a straight line with the spine. And you might find that's enough, and you gently lower down and relax the shoulders and lengthen the neck. You can turn the head gently side to side to release any tension. Okay, have no doubt, it's a big exercise. Take your time, find your level. Breath in, engage and lift. So if you're just starting out with this exercise, making sure that back is nice and flat for me. So making sure you come far enough. So don't hover down here low on the mat. Really push it through, push the hips to the wall behind you. Extend the very crown of the head to the wall in front of you as you look down on the mat. That extending is going to help you hold. When you're ready, breath in, exhale, gently draw down. So your idea is to extend the length of time you can hold it, but also it's important to move in and out of the exercise. That's switching the muscles on and off. We're going to go one more time. If you're ready, shoulders relax, neck lengthen, breath in, engage, lift and lengthen. Nice flat back, relaxed shoulders. Put that weight right the way through the forearms, not just into the elbows. If you want a little bit more challenge, tuck those toes under, push the heels away and lengthen and extend, coming away. Wherever you're at, you choose, you work to that level. Breathe through. Then if you're up, you bring the knees down, release the toes, and then everybody bring the hips down, bring the head onto the hands, turn to one side, relax the feet, and be very grateful it's all over. Take the feet a little bit wider so you can turn those toes in and relax there. Good job, stay there for me. Relaxing out, well done. It's a huge, huge exercise. It's a lot of work, but that means all those muscles are working. It means they're firing and they're strengthening. And each time you go to that exercise, a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. Build up the strength. Good job. Gently turn the head to the other side to relax the neck out the other way. Make sure the shoulders are relaxed down. Well done. We're going to come back up now onto our feet. Sitting on our feet. We're going to bring the toes together and the knees nice and wide. We're moving into child's pose. So the toes come as close as they can together. The knees then come as wide as they can. Sit up tall to start with. It's tempting to come down and straight into the child pose, but try and come to seated first. Now you might want to stay seated for a minute while I just demo this exercise. If you haven't done it before, it might be easier to see from sitting upright. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down into a child's pose stretch, and we're going to use it as an exercise. We're going to take a breath in. We're going to make sure that the elbows are bent to start with. We're going to take a breath in. We're going to exhale. We're going to open up the elbow and twist. And then we're going to lower. And we're going to do the same on the other side. Engage the core. Turn the head gently. It might just be a little lift for you. Might be a big one. Choose what works for you. We're going to take it up a level after that. We're going to extend and lengthen the arm. Then we're going to come up and reaching up above us. Then we're going to extend and lengthen, coming back and in. Okay. So we're going to start by coming down into child's pose. Sitting up nice and tall, spreading down and forward and relaxing down. Now I appreciate that this move, this child's pose looks very, very different. So you might find that you're up here and you're relaxing here. That's absolutely fine, okay? It all depends where you're at in terms of that flexibility level and any injuries that you're carrying as well. So from here, we're going to bend that elbow, breath in, engage, gently lift and just peek through on one side and then lower. Breath in, exhale, gently opening. And again, one more on this side, gently peeking through and lowering. And again, exhale, gently peek through and lower. This time, keep the heading down to start with. Stretch and reach out one hand. And then gently engage the core, lift the head and lift the arm. And then reach it up as far as you can above you. It doesn't come behind you, just directly above. And then again, stretch, extend, reach as far as you can, then draw it back in. Same on the other side. Breath in, engage, reach those fingertips nice and long. Exhale, push through the supporting arm and reaching up and down. Bring it back down in extension and back in. One more on each side. Stretch and reach. Push through the supporting arm. This other one on the floor, use it to push through. So we're getting amazing twist through the spine, twist through those hip flexors. Well done. Last one, extend and lengthen. And lift and extend. Lower and relax. Whew. Now, if you've had enough in child's pose, then bring it up onto all fours to release it out there. Okay, so gently pushing back and then coming forward to release that lovely stretch through the hip flexors. Really important muscle group there. They're supporting through the pelvis, but they're also connected and supporting across through the knee as well. So really important to build that strength and mobility there. Well done. Now we're coming on to all fours. We're going to move up, back up to the arms now. So making sure that the knees are square underneath the hips. Feet and knees are at hip distance, there's a gap. And the wrists are directly underneath the shoulders. The neck is extended nice and long. The back is nice and flat. From here, we're going to move into our press-ups. So we're going to take a breath in, engage. Don't panic just because I said the word press-up. We're just gently going to take the elbows out to the side as we lower the nose towards the mat just a little way, and then push through those arms to come back up. But use the torso, use the core engagement to draw you back as well. And again, keep that back nice and flat. Don't drop the head and let it lead. Then engage and draw back up. Now, if you find that it's too much with the pressure through the wrists, then you can move onto the knuckles. You can tuck the hands under and move onto the knuckles there if that suits you better. Okay. For more of a challenge, you can walk the hands forward a pace, keeping that back flat, keeping those hips nice and level. That will give you more of a workout through the arms, through the shoulders. But again, make sure that you're supported. Make sure that you choose a level that works for you. One more here. And relax out of it. Sit back and shake it out. Shake the arms. Stretch through. Good job. Sometimes we worry a little bit with the push-ups or any of the weight bearing on the wrists and the arms. Often we feel it a lot more in our wrists and our arms. We do need to be careful, but what we do need to do is to gently build back the strength so that the wrists of the forearms can weight bear. It is important. These bones are kept strong all the way through life if they are weight bearing. Not all of the time, but every now and then it's important to be able to put the weight through those muscles and build that strength back up. But again, like with anything, just do it gently, do it carefully. Just do 1 or 2. Next week, do 2 or 3. Okay. Well done. Okay. From here, we're coming to seated. And we're going to bring our feet to the end of the mat. And we're just going to take a moment to work on our roll up. And then that's eventually going to bring us down onto our mat for our next level of exercises. So it's really important to be able to use the core muscles to be able to move from down on the mat back to sitting upright. It's the same as being able to sit up strong in bed in the morning, being able to move and keep that mobility. Same muscles that we use as we're getting in and out of the car, lifting ourselves up and down from a chair. So it's really important to keep them working, keep them nice and strong. This one has the added bonus that it keeps the tummy nice and tight and flat as well. Okay, so feet are at hip distance, knees are at hip distance, back is nice and straight, shoulders relaxed down, neck nice and lengthened. Arms are either coming and tucking underneath the knees. That's your level 1. They're tucking under here, they're not gripping on for dear life. They're just gently placed here. They can offer a little bit of support. The arms can get involved as well. Your level 2 is the arms parallel either side, shoulders down, and there's a little gap of a couple of inches between the hand and the leg. I'll start with level 1 to show you through. Roll ups, breath in, engage, tilt the pelvis first. Chin lowers just a little bit, shoulders are relaxed, and we gently come back just a tiny way and we hold it there. Then we take a breath in, we engage the core, we squeeze the ribs to the hips, we make that distance shorter as we squeeze to come back up to sitting nice and tall. And again, breath in, engage, exhale, relax, rolling back. Don't let the knees drift out, they need to stay square with the hips. Hold it there. Breath in, think ribs to hips, squeeze, sitting up nice and tall. And again, breath in, engage, exhale. So again, it will depend on the abdominal strength, how comfortable you are as to how far back you come. It's really important, breath in, exhale, roll back up, to use your levels. If we go straight back here and we've missed these shorter moves, then you're missing working the lower abdominals and you're going straight to the mid and upper. Make sure you start with the smaller moves and then you move it further back, more of a challenge, but it's more of a challenge because it's using those upper abdominals without the support of the legs so much. Breath in, engage, come back up, sitting up nice and tall. One more here, breath in, exhale, roll down. This time we're going to come down onto the mat. What you might want to do here is just to gently place the hands either side of you on the mat so that the body is still coming down together. So as you come down, don't bring it all on one side, okay? Bring the hands down, relax the shoulders, come down centrally. That's going to help to build that muscle tone on both sides of the torso. Well done. Good job. Relax there for a moment. I'm just going to talk you through our curl up, building on to our 100. So to start with, we're going to work on our curl up. And what we're going to do is, if you find that your neck tenses or it tires quickly when we're lifting the head and shoulders off of the mat, what we've got to do is we've got to strengthen those upper abdominals, but we've also got to teach the neck muscles to relax. They've got to work whatever. We forget that actually our head is a huge amount of weight to lift and move, which is great because we can use that in our exercise. But what we mustn't do is put all the pressure of that through the neck and the shoulders so it tires too quickly or it hurts. Okay, so what we're going to do with this exercise is that we're gently going to place the hands behind the head as we gently lift and lower. Okay. So to start with, we're drawing the feet up so they're at hip distance, relaxing the shoulders underneath you, extending the arms nice and long on the mat. We're going to walk the feet together and the knees together. I know this is a rare occurrence in Pilates, but in order to help us to build up the strength with this particular exercise, what we're going to do is I'm going to allow you to use the legs to support you. So normally our feet are at hip distance to allow the core muscles to do more strengthening and more work. This time we're going to bring them together just to start with, and then once you get familiar with this exercise, if you're doing this video time after time, then you might want to then walk the feet and have a go at the next level, which is the feet at hip distance. Starting with one hand behind the head. Now it's placed where the head meets the neck, so the bottom of the skull. Then we take the other hand and place it underneath that hand. From here, that lower back will naturally arch. If I let it, once those hands are behind my head, my lower back is going to arch up. My job here with this exercise is to draw that spine back to neutral by gently tilting the pelvis, bringing the tummy down, and using that drawn in tummy button to hold it there, okay? So don't let that spine arch while you're working away. Engage, bring it to neutral, so that's halfway between flat on the mat and fully arched. Neutral is halfway there, so there's a gentle curve in the back. From here, we're going to take a breath in. Excuse me. We're going to engage the core muscles. We're going to draw up, curling up the shoulders, nice and gently, nice and relaxed. Curl up the upper abdominals. We can imagine there's a rope attached to the sternum. This rope here is going to pull down to the hips as we curl up the rib cage. Then we're going to take a breath in. As we exhale, we're gently going to push the head into the hands, extend and lengthen the neck until we're back down. And again, breath in, engage. Gently curling up, we're using the abdominals, we're not pulling with the arms and the shoulders at all, they're just coming with us. That rope is pulling, so we're looking through, not through, but between the thighs. Then breath in, exhale. Remember to extend and lengthen that neck into the hands. Now you can squeeze the knees together, you can use that leg engagement to help you out here. And again, if you're ready, breath in, engage, keep that spine in neutral, drawing that tummy, gently draw up. Don't do too many here, breath in, exhale, lower. If you're just starting out, just do a couple and leave it there. I'm going to do one more here for those that are already familiar with this one. Breath in, engage, gently drawing up, rope down to the hips, curling up, breath in, relax those shoulders, relax the neck, extend the neck into the hands and relax. Release the hands away and gently draw the knees into the chest and give them a good hug. Well done. Good little exercise to practice in the evening. Couple of little curl ups, just remember feet and knees together this time, one hand underneath the back of the neck, bottom of the head, just above the neck, one behind. And again, we're going to build up as the turn goes on. We're going to build up that strength as we go. Now we're going to use that strength onto the next exercise, which is the 100. Now the 100 is a very famous Pilates move, and some people are absolutely terrified of it. Again, if you jump into it too quickly without having warmed up, or you haven't done it gently, or you don't take your time, it can be quite a tough exercise. But there are lots of levels. We're going to start with our beginner's level. We're going to build up. It is a big exercise. That reason is because it's an absolutely superb exercise to build strength throughout the body, okay? But don't be frightened of the 100. So what's the 100? In a minute that I'll show you, we're going to curl up the shoulders. I'll show you quickly. We're going to curl up using that same technique, and we're gently going to pulse the arms as we hold it there. Now I just want to take you through a little bit. Why do we pulse the arms? Okay, so what we need to do is we need to do a hard, vigorous pumping of the arms, about 6 inches up, 6 inches is down, either side of the abdominals. The reason that we do that, not just to distract the fact that we're holding ourselves in a curl up position. I always thought it was just to distract us. No, it's to pump the blood through the body. So the most important thing here is that what Joseph Pilates realized is that the blood needs to be pumped through the body, flow through. Your internal organs are getting a shower every time you're doing this exercise. We're going to pump oxygenated blood through the body really nicely. That's going to get the body nice and warm. That's going to get the blood flowing through. Everything's going to, all the way through the body is going to get nice, fresh, oxygenated blood. We're going to build up our temperature. We're going to use our breath very carefully with the 100. It's easy to do this exercise and then get out of breath. It's important to use the Pilates breath to make sure you don't get out of breath, okay? So what we do is as we pulse, we count for 5. Inhale for 5, exhale for 5. It's a noisy one. I want to hear the breath. It's important because if you are inhaling deeply and you're pushing that air out deeply, all that oxygen is flowing through the body and it's all good, okay? So let's have a go at it. If during the exercise your neck becomes tight or tires, then you lower down, okay? So if you find you're up, you're pulsing, but the neck is tight or tiring, keep pulsing, relax the head down, and then come up again and join us again, okay? We're not going to go straight into the 100. I'm going to take it through quite a few reps because we're a mixed ability class here, okay? But you must just choose what works for you. So feet and knees at hip distance. If you're not sure, feet come together, toes turn out, heels match. That's your hip distance stance. Shoulders are relaxed underneath you. Arms are extended nice and long. Now we lengthen the arms, but don't lock the elbow. The elbow stays with a gentle bend. So we can still lengthen and the arm muscles can switch on, but don't lock the elbow. That's not going to help you. That's going to put that tension straight back into that neck, okay? So we're going to stretch and reach with the arms to help us, but don't lock the elbow. Breath in, engage, gently curl up the shoulders, gently pull that rope on the sternum, and gently extend and lengthen those arms, and let's get started. So in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5, in, 2, 3, 4, 5, out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looking through between the knees. If you need to, relax the head and shoulders down. Keep those arms pumping for me though, because that's going to keep that oxygen going through the body. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last few here. In, 2, 3, 4, 5. Out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold the arms there, relax down, curl back, draw the knees in. If you've built up, you can carry on onto that 100. So that 5 counts in, 5 counts out, that gives you 10 towards your 100, okay? So you build it up as you go to be able to move up and hold for 100, okay? Relax, enjoy that lovely warmth, all that blood flowing through the body, and take your time to build up with the exercise. You can feel those abdominals working really, really hard. It's really important that they only work as hard as you need them to at each level, okay? Well done. Moving into full body stretch now. Legs nice and long, arms nice and long. Stretch and reach up above you. And relax here. Well done. Good job. When you're ready, bringing yourself onto your side and gently bringing yourself up to seated. Don't rush, just take your time. Now we're going to take that lovely warm glow and we're going to use that warmth through the body while we relax out and stretch everything away. Okay. So we're going to start our relax with our feet either cross-legged, if that suits you to do so. If that's not comfortable, then bring the legs out. Just make sure that they're matching whatever that they're doing, that the feet and the knees are matching, okay? Whichever suits you, it's either way. Gently relaxing the hands either side of you. Extend and lengthen through the top of the head so the spine is nice and straight. We're going to start with taking a deep breath in through the nose as we bring the hands up to meet at the top, and exhale as they come down, pushing through the air back to the sides. Inhale to come up, turn, exhale to come down. And again, inhale to reach up, exhale to come down. Good job. Relax the shoulders down with you. Bring one hand directly in front of you. Take the other one and tuck it just next to your back behind you. And as you tuck it, that shoulders want to open and twist, and we're going to move into a spine twist. Keep those eyes looking forward. Keep the neck extended and lengthened and hold it there. Gently bring that hand back round to the front and take the other hand behind the back as we move into the spine twist on the other side. Gently bringing the hands forward. Well done. Bring the hands out to the side as we reach into our side bend. So stretch and reach over and bend through the other elbow as we side bend. And extend and lengthen and coming back down. Straighten the neck again. Up and over. Let the head come with you. Curl over. Extend and lengthen. One more on each side. Stretch, reach. And release. Last one here. Stretch and reach up. And relax here. Bring the hands to the front and walk them gently forward as we gently fold forward, just as far as is comfortable. Allow the head to just hang and relax here. Bring the breaths nice and deep. Then gently walk the fingertips to the side and gently bring the head over the knee and relax here. Gently walk the hands across, keeping the head down, and gently lower to the other side. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Gently draw back to center and then gently curl up, curl up, curl up, sitting nice and tall. Relax the hands onto the knees. You're just going to stretch out the neck now. So taking the ear to the shoulder, stretch the neck to one side. And back to center, over to the other side. Back to center, drop the chin to the chest, allow the back of the neck to stretch. Back to center and push the chin just far enough up to get a stretch through the front of the neck. And back to center. Good job. From here, hands out to the side, deep breath in to come up and out to release. And again. And out. Relax there. Well done. Gently turn to the side and we're going to use that roll up to bring ourselves down onto the mat. So make sure the feet are at the end of the mat, gently curling the pelvis, curling the abdominals, bringing the hands down when you need support, keeping it central and relaxing down. Walk the feet up towards the bottom. From here, we're going to stretch out the legs and those hips that worked so well for us today. We're gently going to lift one foot and place it over the other knee, okay? From here, you can stay here and just use the hand to gently open up that knee to increase that stretch if you need it to. If you want to extend the stretch further, you can reach through this supporting leg and bring the foot up to right angles. Drawing that knee in and using the elbow on the outside to push open the other leg will extend the stretch even further. Just choose a level that works for you. This is a really good stretch to remember if you ever find that you've got a little tweak in the lower back, any sciatica rising up through the buttocks into the lower back. This is a really, really good stretch to release that out. Any little tweaks in the back. And then lowering the foot down if it's raised. And everybody taking that foot up and away to release. Feet back to hip distance, ready to do the other side. Bringing the foot up, placing it over the knee and just gently opening up that hip. That might be just plenty. Okay, if you want to, you can draw it up and draw it in closer and use that elbow to open up even further. Gently lower that foot down, release and extend into full body stretch, nice and long for me. Stretch, take a deep breath in, exhale and relax. Take another deep breath in. As you exhale, gently roll onto your side for me. And from here, I want you to curl up. I want you to place the hand underneath the head to make a little cushion. Or as you're at home, if you've got a little sofa cushion, pop it underneath your head and make yourselves comfortable. Curve the spine, round it round, bring the knees up and just curl up into a little ball for me. Make yourselves comfortable here. And then go back to that lovely deep lateral breathing. So a deep breath in through the nose, stretching out through the back with that breath. And as you exhale, relax that breath through the front of the body. Inhale, stretching through the ribs. Exhale, relaxing through the front of the body. With each breath, relax a little more. And breathe gentler each time now until all your tension is released. Make sure the eyes are closed. You're all cocooned in your own little ball. And just take a moment to totally relax. when you're ready, slowly start to make the breaths deeper and deeper. Open up your eyes and fill your lungs as deep as you can, making them bigger and bigger. When you're ready, gently make your way onto all fours. Deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth. Take your time to gently bring one foot forward, placing it directly in line with the hip, gently pushing through the hands, drawing the other foot up, making sure to place it at hip distance, not too close to each other. And then slowly pushing through to rolling back up. Relaxing the shoulders back and down, lengthening the neck up and away. Arm circles to finish. Deep breath in to come up and out to circle. And again, in and out. Bring it up onto your toes if you want to this time. Bringing the hands round to the prayer and giving yourselves a good clap. Well done, everybody. Really good effort. Well done.